At noon with a major news alert out of Lake Wales in Polk County. Police there have been investigating the murders of a mother and her 3 children whose bodies were discovered last night. And now we've learned the suspect is also dead following a standoff in Sanford. Fox 13's Josh Cassio is live in Lake Wales with the latest on what happened. Josh.
Linda, in just the last hour, we have confirmed the suspected shooter in this case is dead, was shot by police in the Sanford area following a SWAT standoff. Police say he had been communicating with negotiators, saying basically he was either going to kill himself or have police do it in a suicide by cop manner. In the end, that is ultimately what happened. Investigators say he reached for a gun despite ongoing negotiations that at times seemed positive. In the end, they say he reached for a gun and they shot and killed him. It is a violent end to an already very violent, horrific story here in Lake Wales. But first, let's start with the video out of Sanford. It's about 2 hours from where we are right now at the Sunset Park Apartments here in Lake Wales. You can see there were a lot of cops surrounding the Slumberland Motel. That's where they say Al Stenson was holed up. Stenson is the suspect here, and police were taking no chances with this guy, believing him to be extremely dangerous, and for good reason. He is accused of murdering a woman and her 3 children yesterday here in Lake Wales. The mother, according to police, is his girlfriend. Detectives believe the 4 murders happened around 5 in the morning yesterday, but their bodies weren't discovered until around 9 o'clock last night. One witness who lives in a nearby apartment says they didn't hear anything, didn't hear gunshots, didn't hear screaming, but did hear the family's dogs barking all day long. A family member stopped by to check on things last night and immediately called 911 for help. One neighbor telling us the family seemed happy, there weren't any outward signs of trouble, and now she feels completely shaken by all this.
It's shocking. It's very shocking that children were murdered, just a couple doors down from me, and that no one even heard anything or saw anything.
Now, Stenson does have a criminal record that includes sexual battery, assault and battery, and a number of burglary charges. He would have been facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. Police tell us the victims include a 40-year-old mom, her 21-year-old son, and 2 daughters, ages 17 and 11. Neighbors say the mom was a school teacher at an elementary school nearby. They say her 17-year-old was about to graduate from high school in just a couple weeks. Obviously, this is a tragedy all the way around. And again, the latest info we have is the suspected shooter was killed this morning in the Sanford area by police following a standoff. They say it was basically a suicide by cop scenario. Back to you.
Oh my, that's just horrific, Josh. Our hearts go out not only to that woman's family, but really that whole community, because they're grieving today.
Welcome to Straddled Events. On this channel, we bring you the truth. Sometimes the truth is quite ugly, unbearable, and you just don't want to deal with it. But on this channel, you're gonna get it anyway. You are straddled the fence of good versus evil, right versus wrong. And on this channel, we're gonna tell you to do better. Please like, dislike, subscribe, and share the videos. Now let's go.
Good morning to you. Yeah, so Lake Wales police telling us that they know where Stenson is and they are actively trying to take him into custody. They've also confirmed that he is indeed their suspect in this quadruple homicide here. They've not specified his relationship with the victims, but neighbors that I've spoken to here described him as the father in this family. Police also tell us they believe the 4 victims, a mom and her 3 kids, were killed early in yesterday morning. So in the early morning hours of yesterday. The crime, however, was not reported until about 9 last night. One witness who lives in a nearby apartment tells me that she did not hear any gunshots, nor did others, but they did notice that the family's dogs were barking all day. They say that a family member of the victims stopped by to check on things last night and immediately called 911 for help.
This is just a horribly tragic situation, and our thoughts and prayers, it's just our hearts are broken to see 4 deceased individuals for absolutely no reason.
Again, police say they are actively attempting to take Stenson into custody. he has a criminal history that includes sexual battery, assault and battery, and several burglary charges, but he's now facing 4 counts of first-degree murder. Police also tell us that the victims include a 40-year-old mom, her 21-year-old son, 2 daughters, ages 17 and 11, and neighbors tell me that the mother was a elementary school teacher at a nearby school. She and her 11-year-old both attended that school. 17-year-old, they tell me, was set to graduate in a couple of weeks.
All right, Kel. Talk in a while. Terrible story. Thank you.
Tonight, well, first up here at 10, take a look at these badges. They may look real, but no, they're fake. And the man accused of using them to impersonate law enforcement now faces some real charges. Aside from those badges, he had an emergency light bar, a body camera, a dash cam, and a gun inside his car. And there's more. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is live outside FHP headquarters tonight. Hi there, Kylie. Is there any indication this guy tried to pull anybody over in that car?
Well, as far as we know, Mark, right now, Florida Highway Patrol is asking anyone who may have possibly had an interaction with that suspect to contact them. Troopers do say they found a lot of the same things in that car you would find in an actual law enforcement car, even down to computer stand with a laptop on it, a siren control panel, and lights around the car. Now, it didn't stop there, though. Once troopers searched, they found drugs and pipes inside the car, all while the suspect's young daughter was inside. It was an unexpected encounter for a state trooper Monday. Troopers spotted a suspicious car along I-4 in Hillsborough County. When they looked a little closer, they discovered what they say was fake police equipment outfitting this black Cadillac. Something one retired FBI agent says is the first red flag.
And these people that impersonate it, a lot of times they're using an unusual car. In this case, the case we're talking about, the person was using a Cadillac SUV, not a common police type car. The light system might be a little unusual.
They noticed emergency light bars on the front windshield and rear window, and what looked like a dash camera mounted on the windshield. After more digging, FHP found there was a call a little over a week beforehand about this car possibly impersonating a law enforcement officer. After pulling the car over, troopers tell us they found a police-style body camera and these 2 badges saying law enforcement and federal officer with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security seal. Retired FBI agent Richard Kolko says it's highly unlikely a federal agent would be pulling someone over.
Unfortunately, it's kind of easy to get badges online on the internet these days, so it is possible to have a fake badge. But you are not going to be pulled over in whatever neighborhood or jurisdiction it is by a police officer from a different jurisdiction.
Troopers arrested the driver, 38-year-old Conroy Trail, charging him with false impersonation and unlawful use of blue lights. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation with someone impersonating an officer,
first, drive the speed limit. Second, put on your hazard signals. You can acknowledge that you've been are being pulled over with just a wave in the window, but pick up that phone, call 911, tell the person answering exactly what's happening. Where can you go to confirm this is a police officer, and where can you safely pull over?
And now, if there is a nearby law enforcement agency in the area, you can also pull over there to be on the safe side. If you do get pulled over and are suspicious, Kolko adds that you can also make sure to keep your doors locked and not get out of the car. Of course, still cooperate with officers, but you can, again, call 911 and call the police department to just make sure that it is, in fact, real. Again, if you believe you may have had any interaction with this suspect, you're asked to contact FHP, Mark.
Some great advice for sure. Hopefully we get to the why he was trying to do this. Kylie, thanks very much.
Continuing to follow tragic breaking news this morning in Lake Wales. Police say a mother and 3 of her children were found dead inside an apartment at the Sunrise Park Apartments near State Road 17.
Yes, police have identified a suspect, and as we heard during a press conference last hour, they hope to have him in custody soon. Let's go straight out to ABC Action News reporter Heather Lee. She is live on the scene for us this morning with what we know right now. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, James. So that suspect is 38-year-old Al Stenson, and they do believe that he lived at the apartment complex in the apartment where these murders happened. They also believe that he could be injured. I want to step out of the way so you can see the scene here. While there are no flashing lights, you can see that there are police cars here. They also still have the crime scene tape up as well. I want to show you a picture of Stenson the Lake Wales Police Department sent out. Details are limited, but here's what we know so far. Police have an arrest warrant for 4 counts of first-degree murder out for Stenson right now. Last night, just before 9 p.m., officers got to the Sunrise Park Apartments. That's where they found a mother and her 3 children dead. The children's ages are 21, 17, and 11. The mother is 40. And we do not know if we do know it was a mother, her 2 daughters, and her son who were shot. Officials told us a short time ago they do have witnesses that heard things, but they are not going to get into the details of that just yet. They are looking for Stenson, like I said, and are asking anyone with information to call the Lake Wales Police Department. That number is 863-678-4223, or you can stay anonymous and be eligible for a cash reward if you call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-226-TIPS, which is 8477. Again, this is an active scene right now. They've been out here for hours since late last night, continuing to figure out exactly what happened at this apartment complex, as well as trying to find Stenson. We will continue to stay on this story and bring you any updates as they become available. Live in Lake Wales, Heather Lee, ABC Action News.